My story with Postgres dates back to year 2009 year. That was the year when I graduated from the university. And then, let's say, during the summer, I tried hard to find some job on the market. And eventually I landed a job. And I always wanted to work as a Java developer back in the days. And
Hmm.
eventually I joined the team building a social network. So that year, 2008, was the time when Facebook was a big thing. And many companies around the world was trying to create their own social networks. They were trying to capitalize or replicate the success of that social network. And I was on that team, and they were building a custom social network for specific big clients. We use Java, and as a database, we selected Postgres. So like that was my first database which I use professionally. The reason why we selected Postgres is our DBA team, they just fell in love with Postgres, but there were a few projects in the company who use that database because most of the teams in the company, they use MySQL. But those guys said, all right, guys, you need to use, you're just kicking off this new kind of fascinating project. Like, why don't you use Postgres? Just use Postgres. And we use Postgres. And in our very first deployment, we already had to run that Postgres in a sharded mode. We had a multi-node deployment, a multi-master deployment. Those days, we didn't have any sharding solution. We basically were reading engineering blogs, which were published by Facebook, and we were trying to build an architecture somehow similar to what they had. But the difference was that Facebook used MySQL, Facebook used PHP, we used Java, and we used Postgres. That was Postgres 9, a very old Postgres. It didn't have a bunch of contemporary capabilities which exist right now, but it was reliable. It served us well. And after, let's say, leaving that company and jumping on different projects, I always started using Postgres by default because this is how you get used to different technology. I used it first, and then I decided to use it for my next projects and at different companies.